at Charlotte Engineering and Charlotte Teacher Early Colleges, and you'll hear it referred to this evening as CEEC and CTEC. We're proud to offer a learning environment where students can earn both their high school diploma and college credits, giving them a significant head start on their higher education and career goals. Our dedicated staff, innovative curriculum, and strong partnerships with UNC Charlotte ensure that you'll be well supported every step of the way. Throughout this open house, you'll hear a lot of information from our staff. I encourage you to engage and explore how this program can benefit you and your student. At the end of this presentation, there will be a time for you to ask questions. Thank you for taking the time to join us tonight. We'll go ahead and get started. I'll hand it over to Ms. McDaniels.
All right, good evening. We are recording tonight's open house or information session so that you can view it at a later date, or if you have friends or family who were not able to attend tonight, we will have that on our Magnet website. So let's dive in. What is an early college? We are going to go into quite a few slides that let you know specifically about the Charlotte Engineering Early College and the Charlotte Teacher Early College. We are two different schools, and we are housed within the same facilities, but with different focuses. So we are a 4 or a 5-year program, and our students can do both. They can graduate as 12th grade students, or they can stay and take college credits for the 13th grade and essentially exclusively be a UNC Charlotte freshman. And we still pay for the high school credits and for the tuition and fees and the college credits. Our students do begin in the 9th grade. That makes us different than middle colleges, which begin in the 11th grade. And we are different from CPEC in that we are associated with UNC Charlotte, which is a 4-year university, and CPEC is associated with Central Piedmont Community College. Our students will earn all high school credits needed for their high school diploma and up to 60 plus hours of transferable college credit, which looks like about 2 years worth of college credit. Our mission is to increase graduation rates, provide opportunities for first generation college students, provide opportunities for underrepresented minority groups, and opportunities for advanced coursework. We have a significant arena with providing career exposure to students while they are in high school and in their UNC Charlotte classes. We offer small learning environments in our high school classes, and we have a 125 student max enrollment between CEEC and CTEC per grade level. All right, what we've learned in 10 plus years. Giving all students the opportunity after middle school can be a game changer. Every single student that comes to us comes from a different middle school with a different story and with a different background and history. Every single student that wants to be at the early college and is willing to try their 100% has a fantastic time at the early college and flourishes in this program. We've learned that high school students can be successful in college classes, and depending on the college professor that you ask, they may actually say that they love their early college students and would like more of them, or that they had no idea they had high school students sitting in their college class. We offer a small personalized school environment, and it makes a difference. We have the opportunity to get to know our students on a one-to-one basis. Ms. Oates and I are the counselor that are with students grades 10 through 13, and by their senior and super senior year, we really have a chance to have gotten to know them incredibly well. And we have an administrative staff on this call as well that they know the students, they know their ins and outs, good day, bad day. So we have small cohorts of students that support each other. UNC Charlotte professors, again, that value our students and encourage them to do advanced coursework with them. Our students go to college after they graduate. We do have some students that change their mind along the way and pursue different things after high school, but the majority of our students are going to college, and the majority are going to a 4-year university. Our students are very attracted to colleges and universities. Ms. Oates and I have been doing the counseling piece of our jobs for 20 plus years. And our students are getting into colleges each and every day that are wide, varied, and they're looking at their coursework under a unique early college lens. One of the things that any of our students, staff will tell you is that the student must want to be here. It is a great program. You being on this phone call gives us the input we need that this is a program that's worth looking into, but the student has to want to be here for it to be a good match and a success. Okay. So the Charlotte Engineering Early College, excuse me. I'm multitasking with letting people in. We are a small engineering high school with an engineering focus. We focus on not just engineering, but the different fields that you can find in engineering. And there's not one class that focuses on just one field. You will find different nuances of engineering fields through all of our different classes. We are a partnership between CMS and UNC Charlotte, and we are supported by the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction as a cooperative, innovative high school. We opened on the UNC Charlotte campus on August 25th, 2014, and we have 75 new ninth grade students that join our school each year. We are a 5-year program, and one of the most popular questions we have from parents and students is, do I have to do the 5th year? It is a strong draw for one of the perks of the program, which is getting as many free college credits to transfer to your next opportunity as possible. But we do have grades 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13.
And with the Charlotte Teacher Early College, we're also a small education-focused high school on the campus of UNC Charlotte. We began our partnership with CMS Schools and North Carolina Department of Public Instruction in August of 2017. We opened on the campus of UNC Charlotte then. We are able to enroll up to 55 new students, ninth graders each year that join CTEC. And like CEEC, the Engineering Early College, we are also a 5-year program with the opportunity for students to earn over 60 transferable college credits through UNC Charlotte. Charlotte Teacher Early College also serves grades 9, 10, 11, 12, and of course, grade 13. Like Mrs. McDaniel said, we do encourage our students to take advantage of that 13th year. And oftentimes families will ask us about that 5th year. So what happens is, instead of graduating from high school in the 4-year time frame as traditional high school students, our students have the opportunity to remain an additional year. And oftentimes parents and students will ask her, well, why would I do that? So one of the perks is that students benefit from remaining in high school an additional school year. They benefit by developing a deeper relationship with the school staff, with the university staff. They get to gain knowledge and have a deeper relationship with their peers. They have additional time to mature. Sometimes that extra year for maturity before they actually go away for school is very helpful for some students. And it gives them more time to explore different career paths. If they don't find that either of our focuses is the correct fit for them, that additional year gives them an opportunity to explore that a bit more. Some students have an opportunity to improve on their academic skills. And in some cases, students have a chance to even achieve a higher academic outcome with those additional college courses that they get to take. And then with that, I'll give you guys some things. I want to explore some things to consider. Some things to consider is that Charlotte Engineering and Charlotte Teacher Early College are early college high schools at the campus of UNC Charlotte. And so the goal of the Charlotte Early Colleges is to help our students to develop the skills they need to be successful in college. Like Mrs. McDaniel said, our students tend to enroll in 4-year colleges after attending our engineering and early college or teacher college high schools. And it's to make a higher education more affordable. So the purpose of early college programs is to make sure that colleges and the ability to attend college is accessible to our students. And by attending an early college program, it puts our students on the fastest path to earning a four-year degree. Our program of study is designed to help our students maximize the benefit of being an early college student. And during the ninth grade, our students should expect to complete, you'll see math and science. So we try to expedite that for our students during ninth grade. They should expect to complete at least 2 levels of math and 2 levels of science. And this is done to accelerate our scheduling that allows our students to complete their CMS graduation requirements at a faster rate than at a traditional high school student would. It also allows more opportunities for our students to earn those free transferable college credits. CEEC and CTEC are under the same umbrella of the Charlotte Early Colleges, and we have the same principal and also share school staff, and we're housed in the same facilities, and we're both on the campus of UNC Charlotte. So we're the Charlotte Early Colleges with 2 different concentrations, if you will. So there's the engineering concentration where students engage in a exploratory curriculum focused on different engineering fields. So they get a chance to explore different aspects of engineering, maybe like mechanical or civil engineering types of courses. And then we have the teaching or education component of the early colleges where students prepare for a career in education by learning transferable lifelong skills that effectively kind of support student learning across the different contexts, as education is a broad context. So with CEEC, you have a STEM focus, right? So that means that there's a strong emphasis on math and science. Students interested in CEEC should really be interested in math and science. If not, they're probably not gonna find it to be the best fit for them. There is a heavy emphasis on math and science with that, and that's because engineering relies heavily on math and science calculations that inform decision making throughout the design process, and they'll do that process very often as they navigate the early colleges. And then with the teacher education college program, there's a more broader scope that includes more humanities or emphasis on social sciences, and this is because education profession is a more broad field. Teachers typically have to decide on a subject area based on their personal strengths and interests. And then having a more diversified curriculum allows our students to try to identify those strengths and interests. And then at the early colleges, there is a strong academic focus. Again, we're preparing our students to be ready to go into the college environment at an early age. If you consider that this is a dual enrollment program where our students are going to be completing high school courses and earning high school credits at the same time that they're engaging with UNC Charlotte and that curriculum as well. And so CTEC has a strong academic focus with an all honors program of our study design that supports a rigorous curriculum. Students in honors programs are expected to take more ownership of their learning and manage their time more effectively. If you consider that all of the focus on their classwork is going to be primarily academic based or core curriculum, and so they're going to need that time, and they're going to need a dedicated focus to make sure that they're able to be successful and manage their time effectively. Having an all honors curriculum benefits students by fostering a community of like-minded students who are academically focused. Again, that is going to be important. It also helps our students by providing more rigorous academic environment that encourages our students to have a deeper critical thinking and independent learning when it comes to problem solving skills, and prepares our students to navigate college coursework successfully as early college students. It also demonstrates a student's commitment to challenging themselves academically and demonstrates to colleges' admissions committees that our students are well prepared for successful academic engagement at the college level. Okay, keeping in mind that, again, the expectation is that our students are going to be prepared to navigate that college coursework. I sometimes say prematurely because they are doing it as high school students. Homework, yes, there's going to be homework. Keeping in mind that it is a fast-paced learning environment, there's going to be times where students are going to have homework. They will have projects and homework at the same time sometimes. And so sometimes it's important for our students to recognize that, yes, it's a little bit different from middle school. The classes are going to be a bit more rigorous. There are going to be honors level homework. So that means that it's going to be a bit more demanding, if you will, for our students if they're not accustomed to that level of rigor. Our teaching and learning does look a little bit different at the early colleges. We use what's called project-based learning with our students. And so what project-based learning is a student-centered learning where our instructors are guiding students rather than directing them. It's not a sit and get type of learning, where students are going to have to be a bit more involved in that learning process, and they're going to have to take a bit more ownership. And it looks different than traditional schools for most of our students, and they're not really used to it. So in the beginning, it may be a bit difficult for them to transition into that style of learning. But once they get familiar with it, they begin to embrace it. But just keep that in mind. They design, they learn by like creating projects and go through the project process and making choices and managing their time. They design and create real life projects that's going to require them to do some research. So even as engineering students, they will have to do research. There's going to be a lot of collaboration involved because they're going to be working in small groups with their peers. The way that project-based learning is, it helps them to develop more problem-solving skills. If you keep in mind that they're going to come up with an issue, and then they're going to have to decide or develop or recognize what the problem is, and then solve those concerns. And then they have to present. A lot of times they're going to have to either come up with a project or tangible, or they're going to have to present those projects. So it gives our students an opportunity to develop some soft skills such as public speaking. The style of learning helps students to develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills and decision-making skills and investigative skills. It also helps our students learn how to apply their knowledge that they gain to other situations. If you consider that as they're going through that project, based learning type of engagement, they are then coming up with those solutions, which then gives them more creative reign and give them more critical thinking skills to help them to solve other problems that may be similar to the ones that they're currently dealing with. It also increases our students' engagement through hands-on learning. If you consider that not everyone learns the same. So when you consider project-based learning, especially those students with that hands-on type of learning, it helps them to provide a deeper knowledge and understanding of the content or subject matter that they're dealing with. They work collaboratively together, so that gives our students a chance to try to develop effective communication skills. It gives them a chance to develop conflict resolution skills, where if someone's work ethic is not the same as other team members, they have to learn how to develop that skill set in order for them to make sure that they're able to complete those projects as well. Our students learn invaluable soft skills that a lot of employers find helpful for them. It helps our students to interact with others. It teaches them how to work effectively in groups and in various and different settings. And teaches them teamwork and critical thinking and problem solving, and gives them a whole wealth of skills that's important for building relationships and collaborating with others a bit more effectively. We see information about literacy and writing. CEEC and CTEC also have a strong focus on literacy and writing. This is because literacy and writing are foundational skills for communication, and it allows our students to access and understand information. It helps them also to express their own ideas and to effectively communicate with others. It develops critical thinking skills and abilities and expands their vocabulary. And ultimately, it helps our students succeed in most of their subjects in the high school setting and in the college setting. The development of strong literacy skills also supports academic success of our students as they navigate the college environment. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the college professors actually give kudos to our students for their strong literacy and writing skills comparative to their college peers. Our students have 2 years to prepare for college coursework, keeping in mind that the 9th and 10th grade, they focus primarily on their high school credits. And then by the time our students get to 11th grade, the way that our program of study is designed is that majority of their coursework is going to be at the college level.
There we go. All right. So why CEEC or CTEC? I'm actually going to, you can see the slide right here, and we've hit that on a couple of different slides. I'm going to answer two very common parent questions that I get a lot. How is this better than the AP courses that you can get at a traditional high school? And how is this better than the other early college? Or how are we better? And I will say that Career and College Promise is an excellent program that's at your traditional high schools, as is AP. But what the UNC Charlotte CEEC and CTEC can offer you is coursework that you can't find at any of those other institutions. We offer coursework beyond Calculus 1, 2, and 3, if that's what your student wants to be able to participate in. We offer biology and physics beyond what your student could possibly want to take. We offer EDUC and SPED classes. We offer opportunities for students to get these free college credits in the things that they are most interested in. And so that's what sets CEEC and CTEC apart. We are not focused on the AP credit per se. We're not trying to maximize career and college promise because we are affiliated with UNC Charlotte, and the opportunities that our students have in our partnership with UNC Charlotte over the past years has been something that is just quite phenomenal to watch and see. And so that's what makes CEEC and CTEC different. That's why it's one of the strongest choices for you in CMS among the many strong choices that are available to you in CMS.
You've heard about the philosophy behind our schools. Now let's focus on the logistics. Our ninth graders moved to the James Martin Middle School campus in the fall of 2020 because we ran out of space in our building that is located on the UNC Charlotte campus, which is a good thing. It's a good problem to have. So we have our own 12,000 square foot building. It has 10 classrooms and administrative offices that is located on the UNC Charlotte campus near the football field. If you are thinking about the campus. Students will benefit from the proximity to and engagement with UNC Charlotte students in both the College of Engineering and the College of Education because of where we are located. And this building that you're seeing in this picture serves our 10th through 13th graders. Majority of our 10th graders are in this building, and then our 11th and 12th are in and out, and the other time is spent on the UNC Charlotte campus inside those buildings. Our bell schedule is a traditional bell schedule of 7:15 to 2:15, just like your traditional high schools.
Our ninth grade campus is a quick place to foster high academic and social expectation as we prepare our students to be on the college campus with the 10th and 13th grade. We are located on the campus of James Martin Middle School. We have our own wing, but we're also secluded from the middle school population. We do not interact with the middle school. We do share a common area with the cafeteria in which we grab our food and bring it back to our area, to our wing. We have additional classroom space, which is an asset if classes need to be extended to bigger areas. And also the bus report to James Martin in the mornings. And the bus also picks the students up from James Martin in the afternoons. We also have a carpool as well, right outside the front door. We have a roundabout, and we have a different a plan for parents to come through the roundabout in order to pick their kids up. And also, we have shuttle support for students coming from the early college building to James Martin during dismissal. One of the greatest things about our program as well that our students get excited about, not only the great teaching and the project-based learning that they're experiencing and also the different programs that we have on the ninth grade campus, but they also enjoy the UNC College campus visits, which motivates them for the upcoming year for 10th to 13th grade.
Some highlights of our early colleges is that 280 plus students are taking UNC Charlotte courses this year. We have an overall 3.0 UNC Charlotte GPA since the year 1819, and over 10,000 credit hours have been earned after 1819 school year, which is an amazing number. 550 plus students graduated in 2018 through 2024, and you can see some of the colleges that they continued on to. Some of them do stay at UNC Charlotte, but many of them choose other colleges. You can see listed there. 50 plus will graduate in 24-25. So that might be 12th graders or it might be 13th graders. It's a combination. And millions of dollars in scholarships have been earned. We also still claim our CMS Teacher of the Year from 17-18 as one of our English teachers, Miss Deanna Curitan. We have a collaborative school culture and we have an excellent staff and student retention as well. So CEEC highlights specific to our engineering program is that we exceeded expected growth on EOCs in 18-19 and also 22-23. We met expected growth on EOCs, so they are listed, and you can see all the years that we met expected growth. We've been recognized as an A school by the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction in 18-19, 21-22, 22-23, and also 23-24. And we are only one of 17 schools in CMS to receive that A. So we are certainly proud of that accomplishment. And also our ACT and our SAT scores are higher than the North Carolina average.
And here's some of the CTEC highlights. There are many that you see here. In 3 of the 7 years of our existence, during the 2018-19, 2022, and 2023 and 24 school years, we've exceeded our expected growth with our North Carolina EOCs. So that is something that we're really proud of. We've met growth in 2017-18 and the year of 21-22. And you can see the various years that we've been recognized as a B school, which is pretty good for the 18-19, 21-22, 22-23, and 23-24 school years. We have over 80 CTEC students that are taking UNC Charlotte courses this semester. Over 80 CTEC students are taking college classes this semester, so that is awesome. 11th grade students typically participate in clinical observations as part of their educational program, and over 50 10th graders will take UNC Charlotte courses this spring. We have a new course that's called Teaching as a Profession course that was added last year to enhance our curriculum. And what that is it's a CTE designed course where the main goal is to help our students understand the different aspects of teaching. It includes different grade levels and subject areas and special education needs to see if it aligns with our students' interest in their skill set. It also provides our students with a fundamental understanding of the teaching profession as well as practical experience. You'll see that they'll get a chance to do those clinical observations as they get to the higher grade levels. It also incorporates opportunities to observe classrooms and interact with students, and sometimes they had a chance to deliver many lessons and gain some hands-on experience, and it's a very valuable educational tool for our future teachers, and we're very happy about that inclusion to our program of study. We also have the Barnhill Scholarship. So that's another highlight to our CTEC program. So CTEC students are eligible to receive the Barnhill Foundation Scholarship to help them pursue a career in education. It's a partnership with UNC Charlotte, and what will happen is the student if a student decides to stay at UNC Charlotte, they'll apply to UNC Charlotte, and if they enroll in and decide to major in education, the Barnhill Scholarship provides students with up to $30,000 to cover their tuition and fees at UNC Charlotte in their College of Education for an additional 2 years. And so with this, students have a way to basically earn a 4-year degree for free with the combination of attending CTEC and getting free college. And then with the Barnhill Scholarship, they can basically earn a degree in education for free. The only thing is that they will have to serve 2 additional years and commit to working for CMS for an additional 3 years following graduation. It's designed to make sure that we have a chance to have high quality teachers in our CMS schools. So that's a wonderful highlight for CTEC.
So who are our potential students? You must be a rising 9th or 10th grader living in Mecklenburg County. Also, please possess a strong interest in engineering or the education fields. Must possess a strong work ethic and be able to handle honors level curriculum. We do go at a fast pace and our classes are rigorous. And you must have a desire to go to a four-year college. That's what we are preparing you to do. Strong academic potential and be able to work independently to meet those academic goals. Attendance is a must in being able to follow school rules as well as UNC Charlotte rules. You're under two mandates of expectations. Must be able to do without the traditional large high school experience because our school does look different than a traditional high school. As I said, we have fast pace, all honors level program, and we have a lot of math courses our students take. And again, the student must want to attend and be an active participant. Some families are interested about the demographics of our students and how these students look according to who is accepted in our lottery. So here is our demographics for our engineering early college. I won't read those numbers to you, but you can look at those. And these were updated just last month. We have a total enrollment in CEEC of 311 students, and that's from 9th grade to 13th grade. And you can see those demographics for a moment. And now you can see the CTEC demographics. We have a total enrollment of 191 students, 9th grade through 13th grade. These were updated just last month, and you can see our demographic numbers there as well.
All right, so how do you get into CEEC or CTEC if you love what you've heard? We are a true lottery school. You go in through the CMS choice applications. There are no entry requirements for students. We have students that come in needing Math 1. We have students that are coming in having already taken Math 3. So there are no entry requirements. There are progression requirements at the end of each semester. Students have to have a 2.5 GPA at the end of each semester in 9th and 10th grade. And then they have to have a 2.5 GPA to be able to take UNC Charlotte classes. And then once students access UNC Charlotte classes, UNCC has their own probation and suspension academic thresholds that students also have to maintain in order to stay a student in good standing with UNC Charlotte. The future enrollment process is happening now. That's for any student outside of CMS. Even if you've been in CMS, maybe when your student was in elementary school, the future enrollment does not jeopardize your current seat if you're at a charter or a private school, but it does make you eligible to participate in the lottery. You're going to want your PIN number for your student in order to participate in the lottery. This application period is going to end January 3rd. It's going to end at 10 p.m. The lottery does not care if you put your application in November 18th at 6 a.m. when it opened or January 3rd at 8:55 p.m. As long as you are within that lottery application window. The lottery results will be sent out to families, and that deadline date is TBD. It's typically in early spring. We do anticipate filling all of our seats, 75 for 9th grade, hopefully 55 for CTEC 9th grade. And then we will have should have seats available for 10th grade for both CEEC and CTEC. CEEC generally gets between 300 and 400 applicants for grade 9 and about 50 plus for grade 10. CTEC generally gets about 60 to 70 applicants for grade 9 and anywhere from 15 to 20 for grade 10. The wait list will be generated in the spring of 2025. And August 12th is our first day of school for the 25-26 school year. And so once students are admitted into the early college, Dr. Nichols and our admin team will put together a comprehensive letter to be sent home to you all. And one of the things that we ask you all to make note of is our 25-26 calendar because we follow the UNC Charlotte schedule in their calendar. So we are very much not like the regular CMS calendar. So to better understand how the lottery works, please visit the CMS student placement site at cmschoice.org. Curriculum, we are a 5-year curriculum that provides students with a highly supportive and academically challenging program. We are very much technology rich. We've talked about the project-based learning environment. Our students have just turned in some very cool engineering automatas with some creativity and artwork that match their engineering and 3D printing skills. We are a multidisciplinary focus, so even in our math or our English or our social studies classes, you are going to see the curriculum blended in those classes as well, and teachers do some cross-curricular focuses to tie back into engineering. We do work on soft skill development, and if I'm raising a 9th grader and an 11th grader, and soft skills are a daily process that we work on. So we will work on students with those at school as well. And kids that are on this call, it is hard to work in groups as adults, right? That is something we are always perfecting is communication skills with others. So we work on that in CEEC, and then we do focus with the UNC Charlotte general ed requirements, and students will get a UNCC advisor to help support those things. We do have an emphasis with Project Lead the Way. Our engineering classes are Intro to Engineering, Civil Engineering, and Architecture, Principles of Engineering. Then we have Python Programming, which is one of our new offerings for grade 10.
And so with the CTEC curriculum, again, we have a course called Teaching as a Profession that is designed to help students get a better grasp of the teaching profession in various aspects, different grade levels, special education students, different aspects of teaching and learning. After taking that class, I've heard students talk about lesson planning and differentiation and all aspects of education that our students are learning. So they learn that in the 9th grade. And that course is continued at the 2nd level as with Teaching as a Profession during the 10th grade. So that particular course is a continued course. You have a level 1 and then you have a level 2, and students get a chance to earn additional quality points towards their GPA with that particular course. We have high school psychology and sociology, keeping in mind that education is a broad field. With CTEC, the curriculum is more of a social science base rather than what I call the hard sciences. And so they have an aspect of learning child development and different societal or collective mindset type of curriculum so that they'll get a better understanding of the human development. At around 11th grade, our students get a chance to take UNC Charlotte education classes. And so there are a couple UNC Charlotte education courses that are in our program of study that our CTEC students are required to take as part of our program of study. And during the 11th grade, in conjunction with those classes, they'll have a chance to have some field experiences where they get an opportunity to travel to other CMS schools and observe teaching and learning as it takes place there. And sometimes they get a chance to also experience that with some hands-on experiences through that particular course. They get invited to guest speakers, get a chance to speak with them, to give them more insights about teaching as a profession, keeping in mind that teaching is very broad. We talk about teachers, their support staff, like myself and Mrs. McNichols as Ms. McDaniels as school counselors. There's principalships, there's other aspects to education that students can explore as well. They get a chance to go on school visits to see the different types of schools, large schools, small schools, different levels, elementary, middle, and high schools. And again, there's opportunities for scholarships like the Barnhill Scholarship, and there's also teaching fellow scholarships that our students are able to apply to.
All right, on the engineering side, what to expect in the classroom. So if you have students with you on this call in the next couple of weeks after the break, They will potentially be meeting with high school representatives that are coming to schedule students for traditional high schools and feeder high schools. This is a sample 9th grade schedule for an engineering early college student. So if you take a look at that, you're not going to have an engineering or a teacher early college representative come and meet with you to fill out a registration sheet to pick these classes, because especially in 9th and 10th grade, our courses are very prescribed. So you'll double up on math and you'll double up on science. Each semester you'll have an engineering elective, and then world history is your social studies for 9th grade, and English 1 is your English for 9th grade. At the end of 9th grade, you have earned 8 out of your 24 high school credits. There's a lot of information in this presentation. Once students are in and coming to either the engineering or teacher early college, we go over all of these graduation requirements and things like that with them more. But students, if you don't see a registration card coming to you, potentially like other 8th graders might be getting, just know your registration card is filled out on your behalf based on what you have already taken in middle school.
And what to expect in the classroom at Charlotte Teacher Early College. Very similar to what Mrs. McDaniels explained with the course load that they will be taking. Again, students will take 2 levels of math, one first semester, one in the spring semester. World history will be their social studies that they'll take. They'll take the 1 English course. And again, they'll take the 2 levels of science. They'll take earth and environmental science during their fall semester, and then they'll take biology during the spring semester. Psychology will be the course that is their elective course as a social science. And then, of course, teaching as a profession 1 is given to our 9th graders during the spring semester. Again, like Mrs. McDaniel said, keep in mind that it is just basically a prescribed 9th grade schedule. We don't have the opportunity for students to try to engage in different types of electives. Our schedule's pretty much scripted for them.
And then in 10th grade year, we do try to finish up most of our high school credit classes, but students can actually begin UNC Charlotte classes in 10th grade. This fall semester, we have over 20 students, both CEEC and CTEC combined together, about 22 students who are in UNC Charlotte math classes. And then for the spring semester, both CEEC and CTEC combined, we have over 60 students who will be attending UNC Charlotte classes. And that is because of our advanced curriculum and our students' hard work. So we are preparing those students for their first college classes as early as January for over about half of our 10th graders. So we're really proud of them and proud of those numbers. So in case you're wondering about food and also transportation, we do have CMS Express stops for bus riders. So for our early colleges, we do not have door-to-door bus transportation. Obviously, you can be a car rider, but we do have express stops. Also, the light rail is an option as well after the 9th grade year. We have several students who utilize that. And then students can also purchase parking permits on the UNC Charlotte campus as well. CEEC and CTEC will follow the UNC Charlotte academic calendar, so that's why our calendar looks a little different. And then also breakfast and lunch are provided each day. As you heard Mr. Dixon mention, that is a cafeteria at the James Martin Middle School for 9th grade. But then in 10th grade, we do have that CMS lunch brought into our 10th grade building. We do not have a cafeteria there. And then after 10th grade, students typically take care of their own food. They might bring food or they might eat on the UNC Charlotte campus, and they have full access to the restaurants on the UNC Charlotte campus. And just a little bit more about our CMS Express stop. A bus run is designed to make fewer stops. That's why they started express stops, and they provide the express stops to schools, which is reducing the ride time for our students across the district because we pull from the entire district. Students are picked up and dropped off at a stop within 2 to 3 miles from their home. Stops are mostly located at local comprehensive high schools. And you must complete a CMS request to ride during the spring to be assigned an express stop. That is typical for requesting buses. And then you can also search for transportation under the departments tab to learn a little bit more about that on our CMS website. So now we're beginning to wrap up our presentation, but we do have several frequently asked questions that we would like to run through and just answer in case that you too have some of these questions. Can I return to my homeschool at any time? Yes, if a student and a family makes that decision to return to homeschool, that can certainly happen. We do have the restrictions at the end of a semester, end of a quarter, or end of a semester, and that's for the benefit of the child to be able to start fresh from that quarter with grades. But that is always an option if you find that the early college is just not a fit for you or it is just too demanding. Can I participate in extracurricular activities at my homeschool? Yes, you can. I'm sorry.
No, that's different.
Okay. Yes, you can certainly participate in extracurricular activities at your homeschool. We have several students who do so. That is always an option to you. What about prom? We do have a prom. It's a joint prom with other middle colleges and the other early college. So that does still exist. We do have some clubs and other school events, like we participate in UNC Charlotte events as well. Will I earn an associate's degree from UNC Charlotte? The answer to that is no. Because we partner with a four-year university. An associate's degree is not offered at a four-year university. That is only offered from a community college. That's a 2-year program. We are preparing our students to receive a 4-year degree from a 4-year university. Can I graduate after spending 4 years in the program? Absolutely. If you receive your high school credits, you can certainly graduate from the early college in 12th grade. How much homework will I have each night? You will definitely have homework. And is there a GPA requirement to access UNC Charlotte coursework? Yes, a 2.5 is the requirement to be able to access coursework. And if you do not achieve that 2.5, then that is when you will be allowed to return to your homeschool. You must have a 2.5 at the end of each semester in 9th grade and at the end of each year, and also in 10th grade. So that 2.5 is extremely important to remain with us. How will I be placed in math at UNC Charlotte? We will help you to be able to take a math placement test. UNC Charlotte requires a math placement test to be able to determine which math is appropriate for you. And so that is an online math assessment test, and we will provide you with those links and get you prepared for that in your math classes with us in the high school. What if I get to the 3rd and 4th year and decide that I don't want to be an engineer or a teacher? That's perfectly fine. We do have college advisors that will help steer you in appropriate directions for the field that you are interested in. And then do I have to stay at UNC Charlotte after I've completed the early college program? No, you can certainly attend any college that you're admitted to, but will UNC Charlotte automatically accept me? And the answer is no. You do have to go through that admissions process with UNC Charlotte. There's no guarantees. So here's the list of the adults who are on the call tonight. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email us. Also, there is a magnet information site as well. There's the QR code. That's also on our websites as well for both early colleges. It has just more information, and that's actually where this recording will be placed as well. But feel free to give us an email at any time. Dr. Nichols, are you still on the call? If not, I will go ahead and end the session.
Yep, I didn't know if there were any questions. Do you want to have
Can you
any
hear me?
questions? Mhm.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I had this question about this registration card. I didn't quite get it. I thought we all had to go through the lottery to get into the ninth grade, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what is this registration? Sorry, I didn't get that.
A registration card is primarily used by your traditional comprehensive high schools. It is what your student will use to pick classes based on what their next needs are for any given high school. So the lottery is how you get into the early college. A registration card is how you pick your classes. And with the early colleges, you don't need to pick your classes because we pick them for you. But at a traditional high school in Ardrey-Kell, a Huff, your student would need to pick their next classes at their high school.
Got it. One other question is, what if your student already has taken Math 2, Math 3 by the time they complete their middle school and they get the credit, but when they come to Charlotte Engineering College, will they automatically be placed in something higher, or will they still have to take the test?
They'll take their EOCs for those classes with their middle school or wherever they take those credits. And then once a student has taken quite a bit of higher level math coursework, we start to work with those students individually on a plan for what their next math courses are. But anything they've taken in middle school, they generally don't repeat. So we just have to work on what that looks like.
Okay, so if they already completed the EOCs, then they don't need to take the math placement test again when they get into Charlotte Engineering College. Or do they still have to take a placement test?
For high school math, they won't take a placement test. For UNC Charlotte math, they will take a placement test even if they've taken the highest possible maths, because that's UNC Charlotte's placement policy.
All right, thank you.
I had a question. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
okay. So I have a son who is has been at South Met taking engineering classes. And the reason we chose to go to South instead of coming to UNCC straight into ninth grade was because he is interested, he knows he's already interested in more mechanical engineering, like electrical engineering. And we were told that the UNCC program was funded by Duke Power and that it was more of like renewable energy kind of focus. Is that true, or is it more broad? Because if you're teaching the Project Lead the Way, those are pretty general classes, right?
Yes, Duke Power graciously gave us they were a huge part and are still someone who we're affiliated with. Their goal when helping start the engineering early college was that in the engineering field, we need young innovators, and that's all fields.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think sustainability is probably in all fields of engineering potentially.
Right.
But our students go into just about any field. And
Okay.
I think with the engineering piece, once they access UNC Charlotte classes, they are really getting a lot of their guidance from industry professionals based on the professors that they get.
So UNCC's professors are that, I haven't looked at UNCC's program to know, like, do they offer
A little bit of everything.
a little bit of everything?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so I was an engineer at NC State and it was very focused. I was in furniture manufacturing, so it was, and my other question would be at South Mech, the state has reduced the engineering classes. So now kids at South Mech, if they are interested in engineering, they are saying they have to wait till they are in 11th grade and access dual enrollment through CPCC. And I don't have a list of those classes to compare if it's Project Lead the Way or if it's a whole new curriculum. So I just didn't know, do you have any information about engineering through that? Like if it's a different curriculum?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident, and Dr. Nichols can tell me to shush Our Project Lead the Way curriculum seems pretty set.
Okay.
And
Do
it
you do you offer the Project Lead the Way digital electronics? Because I see that on CMS's site, but I can't find a high school that offers that specific Project Lead the Way class.
that we had that class prior to COVID, and that is, I believe, I don't want to. I think Project Lead the Way is there. Something happened, but I think it's not offered quite the
Yeah, I
same.
can't find it. I didn't know if like maybe the O'Berry High School had it or one that was more okay, but you don't have that one either, the electrical engineering.
We used to, but we're not offering that anymore.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Keep
I have
in
a
mind
question.
keep in mind that after 10th grade, our college students they do have access to the UNC Charlotte classes at that point. So the spectrum becomes much wider for them past those high school classes.
Just following up on what Laura and Shana said, if my kid is interested in biomedical engineering, there is a possibility they can take some courses from UNCC in 11th and 12th grade.
If your student's interested in biochemistry,
Biomedical engineering,
yes,
there will be option that they can take something from UNCC, right?
for sure. And with the age that they are, our students are focusing on things that they want to take, but also those general education coursework. And so if they start looking at, per se, a Clemson for biomedical engineering, they will be able to focus on some of the gen ed things if things don't necessarily transfer one-to-one to Clemson. So they do have a UNC Charlotte advisor that helps them make those choices, not only based on UNC Charlotte, but for your universities that they're interested in, specifically for early college students since they are in high school.
We're interested in the same field, engineering and biomedical. So that's why we went traditional high school because they offer biomedical classes and engineering, and we were thinking we could do that. Now they're taking away one, but NC State now has a joint program with UNC Chapel Hill that is biomedical engineering, half at NC State, half at Chapel Hill. So to that other mom, I'd look at that program. It's in state. So.
Do you offer civil engineering?
We offer, it's not a class title, but we offer elements of civil engineering in our intro to engineering class and our principles of engineering class.
How about band?
We do not have band, but it's my understanding that students can participate in marching band with their home high school. And if your student is particularly musical, we have had students that have been able to play their instrument with the symphonic band with UNC Charlotte. It doesn't happen very often, but it's not a no.
Thank you.
Do they have field trips outside of Charlotte?
In 9th and 10th grade, occasionally, when students are in their college classes, attendance is a very key indicator to academic success. And so we have a very hard time with our students missing to go on field trips and the like. We heavily encourage students to utilize the summer to do things like that.
Hi, I have a question. Is there like a 13th grade? Because I see on the slide deck that it says 10th grade through 13th grade. So I was just wondering what that 13th grade would be for.
13th grade is where students take one final high school class, and then they can take anywhere from 12 to 18 college credit hours a semester. So when our students are looking at graduating with as many college credits for possible that we pay for and you don't, that's what 13th grade is best known for.
I also have another question. Since I'm an 8th grader going to 9th grade, I want to be a biomedical engineer. So I was just wondering if you could tell me what classes I could possibly take. in order to become a biomedical engineer?
I love that you are already thinking about careers in the future. So that is maybe a bigger conversation than tonight, only because our electives and science classes are going to get you a very good start to getting started on what you're interested in. And then there's some career exploration and some college exploration we would have to do to find what feels like your best fit. And then we can look at exactly what classes at UNC Charlotte you would need to take to set you up to be as successful as possible for that career option. So that's just a bit of a bigger conversation.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mhm.
All right. Well,
Hey,
thank you, everybody.
I have one more question. I'm sorry. You probably already said this. My phone died died during the call. Are you guys posting this online?
Yes, ma'am.
And when will it be posted tonight?
I think it will be posted tonight. I am technologically raised in the late 90s, so I'm gonna do my best tonight. If not tonight, it'll be tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Encourage you to go to our website to see for more information. We also have the contact slide with our email addresses. And if for individual questions or if you need more information, please don't hesitate to reach out. But we wish you
I
guys
have a
the
quick
rest of
question before
One more
finish.
question. What are the hours? What are the hours? The school hours?
the school hours are 7:15 a.m. to 2:15 p.m.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I have last two questions, if you may allow. Thank you for the fantastic information. It's been very useful. Wanted to check, like, this is going to be 5 years high school. Has there been any, like, when they try outside of the state where this program is not recognized, has there been any questions like why it took you 5 years to graduate a high school? That's one of my questions. And my second question is, when we submitted a application, it also asked for the income, household income. Is there any advantage or disadvantage in, like, that regards to the household income? Like, is one category preferred over the other? I was surprised why that was asked. Thank you.
I'll speak to colleges. There are early colleges across most states, and so we're not an anomaly anymore. Early colleges are much more common, so colleges generally understand early college students very well. So there's no penalty for staying for the additional school year. I don't have. I'm not familiar with.
I can speak to the application question. That is out of our control. That is something that is completely with the district. So we do not know any type of advantages that might occur with that. That is the general lottery application.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Please don't hesitate to reach